Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Very, very special guests. We have Cooper's Tie Adventure. We have Cooper and Brooke here, who were kind enough to join. I'll say to get up early, but I believe it's 6 p.m. their time. So I just want to thank them for joining. But for those of you that may not know Cooper or Brooke, they are famous YouTubers on Cooper's Tie Adventure channel. So Cooper or Brooke, would you mind introducing yourself and to the community and how you guys got started in the YouTube space, maybe?
Hello, tubers. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome to Cooper's Tie Adventure live stream with myself and my trusty sidekick, Mr. Brock Snitters.
Direct from Thailand.
Direct from Pattaya, Thailand.
Yeah.
Where it's
Go
affordable.
ahead, Brooke. I'll let you start it off. Age before beauty.
What are you talking to me?
No.
Well, we met actually in the Philippines, RoD, and before the channel started, we became friends. We were both over there in the same community, and our wives are Filipinas, so everybody got along. And one day Cooper said to me, "Hey, let's go to Thailand. It's better." So, anyways, we made a quick trip here, to check it out, and we fell in love with the place. So. And this is where he started the channel, over two and a half years ago now. And so, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mainly to retirees looking to come to Thailand. And obviously, we discuss the financial end of things and, affordability. And I think once people check it out, they'll be interested. And obviously your channel came into, our realm, let's say, through the YieldMax funds. And we were very impressed with your analysis of all the funds. And so we actually ended up mentioning that to a lot of our viewers. We had one day a week, we kind of focused on the money end of things, money matters. And so, yeah, you were quite prominent in those video, podcasts.
Right. Yeah, he was. He was recommended by a subscriber of ours called Bubba. And Bubba is from South Carolina, I believe. Isn't that right?
Alabama.
Alabama, close enough. And he sounds just like Forrest Gump. He really does. And he makes us laugh.
So he is Bubba.
Yeah, that's Bubba. Now, Brooke met Bubba at our condominium at the pool. And tell him what was the first thing Bubba said to you, Brooke. It's funny as hell.
Well, we chatted. We got along. Everybody's there in Thailand for retirement, mainly. And so, we were chatting away. And I asked him, I said, "So do you have like pensions or what do you do for, getting funds sent here, transfer?" And he says, "Oh, no, I invest in YieldMax funds." YieldMax, never heard of them. And he said, "Oh, yeah," he said, "they're great returns, like at that time, 80-90% a year." I said, "Bubba, you got to get out of those. That's a scam." And he says, "Well, Brooke, you better go look at it because it actually is working." And I did. And Jesus, RoD, I got hooked on that stuff because he got his money out in like less than a year from what he had invested, with those high dividends. And it was Misty at the time, Coney, maybe one or two others. So, but yeah, so then we did our research, obviously found you, started following, and things, that's how it kind of got started.
You missed the funny story where you thought you were my father.
No, that's not true.
All right, no fighting. So you both, Brooke, you said you're from Canada. Cooper, you said you're from the States. So did you both leave there to live in the Philippines, to retire in the Philippines first because it's more affordable?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Well, in my case, RoD, I've been through 2 divorces in the West, and I tried the dating sites over there. I used to winter in Florida for 20 years straight. And I was mentioning to my buddy one time, he says, "Geez, I can't meet anybody nice on these dating sites, And, this was wrong, and the pictures were lying, they were scam or whatever." And he says, "Oh, you got to go to Asia." That's they're old school there. And I says Asia, well, and he had mentioned Thailand, but I says no, they don't speak English there. I go to the Philippines. So actually, that's what we ended up doing. And then did meet my wife there, thank heavens, and happily married, by the way, for going on 3 years. So
stay back, ladies, stay back. Right?
Yeah. Anyways, and that's where again I met Coop, and then one thing led to another, and we're in Thailand now. So
nice. Yeah, I'm responsible for introducing him to his wife. So they ended divorce. It's my fault.
No, we're good. We're good.
Nice. So is Thailand more affordable than the Philippines?
You know what, Rod?
Some
I would
ways.
say it's the same
Yeah.
cost of living, but your standard of living is way higher here in Thailand. Meaning the infrastructure's better. I actually like the weather better. We don't get a lot of the upset they do in the Philippines with the typhoons, earthquakes, volcanoes. Infrastructure's way better, as I mentioned. Food is to die for. Cost of living's about the same, so.
Yeah, but we're in Philippines for what we're paying, you'd get a 1-star. In Thailand, you get a 5-star for the exact same.
Oh yeah. And I was paying $300 US for a 1-star, 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo. And I'd say when we got here, we found the 5-star. Oh, it's like a resort here. Same money. You know what I mean?
$300?
$300
$300 a month.
Oh yeah. And it's
can't beat it, man.
What would 1,000 get you? Or 2,000?
You'll get a
villa that I got here.
Wow.
Yeah. I moved out of the condo. I moved into a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom pool villa. And it's $1,200 a month, only a block away from the beach, Rod.
You can't
find, you would not find that in any U.S. city, a block away from the beach.
No.
For only $1,200 a month. I don't care whether it's East or West Coast or South Coast down in Texas, you're still not going to find $1,200 a month, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom pool villa, a block away from the beach.
The price differential seems crazy, especially compared to why I live in one of the most, the rip-off state, I'll say. A 1-bedroom, you're looking at $2,000 a month, so it's it's crazy. All right, so you guys didn't need YieldMax to retire, which is good, right? So obviously you found out. Well, actually, no. Let's begin. It sounds like you were doing YouTube first, right? You met up and you moved to Thailand, and you said, you know what? Let's start a YouTube channel about Thailand. Is that kind of how?
Yeah, pretty much that's how it happened. Build a community of expats that want to come here for vacation or retirement, and they got instant friends. So we built the YouTube channel, and then my wife built a Facebook group on top of it. And now we have over 2,000 people on the Facebook group and over 500 of our subscribers living here in 2 years.
So you got to get some kickback from that, right? From Thailand here for bringing in people.
Nah.
We wish.
Yeah. Look into that. Yeah. All right. So like you wanted to build a community of the people in Thailand. So obviously it's a safe place, it seems, and you could, you can trust the people and get together. And
crime here is about 5% of what it is in the U.S.
Wow.
There's virtually no gun crime, no knife crime. The only fighting you'll see is with fists and feet. And if you're fighting a Thai person, you're going to lose. These guys know more Thai, and you're going to lose.
Yeah.
So don't get in a fight with a Thai. Yeah. But no, it's pretty peaceful here. Burglary doesn't exist. Robbery doesn't exist. Rapes don't exist. All the crimes that you get in the West that are super serious, you don't get in Thailand. Here, the main crimes are like petty crimes. I found this girl, she works at a bar. I'm madly in love with her. She's told me that she got a sick buffalo and I need to give her $1,000 so she can get the vet to go see the buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, she says that to every guy, and you're number 10 on her list. So that's what I mean by petty crime. You're not going to get armed robbery in a 7-Eleven like you do in the States. There's no drive-by shootings. There's no going into schools and shooting kids. We don't have any of that crime here, do we, Burke?
No, and I think, when I analyze that, there it's a Buddhist religion country. Like, and I mean, they're, the monks are everywhere, the temples are everywhere, and part of their, religion, I think, a big part is karma. And they think if they do something bad during this lifetime, oh, it's payback time, And I attribute a lot of, like, there's no crime virtually that I see. An example was I moved here and, I rented a scooter and had the helmet, and I noticed, geez, everywhere people went, they left their helmets on the handlebar. And they, in the malls, in the stores, on the street, you know, and I thought, oh, geez, I don't know. What if somebody stole it? Right? You come back hours later, it's there. And I've left my iPhone on a bench or a table and, went to the washroom. Oh, geez, I forgot. I went back, an hour later, it's still there. So it's amazing how it works. So, yeah, virtually no crime, which is a good thing compared to the West.
Nice. Yeah, that's a huge selling point for sure. Especially if you have kids.
Yeah.
So you obviously the YouTube channel, it was not about finance. It really still isn't, right? It's just about everything, right? It's about community discussion for the most part. But you do talk about YieldMax a lot, right? You do talk about crypto and you talk about kind of news. So what is your channel about, would you say, for the people that out there listening right now and they want to give you a subscribe? What is your channel about, if you had to answer?
It's about several things. First, it's about Thailand. Then it's about retirement. And then it's about how to boost your retirement on dividends, how to boost your retirement on stocks, where we see the stock market going in the future, 5 years out, who's going to be the best. Brooke and I are a little debating on that. I say MicroStrategy. He says Tesla. So we do have our difference of opinions, and we follow the stock market religiously every week, and we follow the news, and we put that out every Wednesday on a live stream. People come in and join us. They give their opinions on certain stocks, be it Roundhill, be it YieldMax, be it MicroStrategy, Tesla, NVIDIA, all these other things that they're into to help boost their pension. So we do have a Thailand channel, and every Wednesday we talk about what we call Money Matters.
Nice. So
originally it started off, we were kind of building a community, RoD, and so the condos Coop and I both were in for first 2 years, Coop. There's like about 1,000 units here. Well, right now, there's probably about 60, 70 subscribers, we call them, like friends, retirees like us that are living in this complex. And when you talk to them, you kind of get the impression a lot of them came here because of the community. Hey, similar interests, similar people they can talk to. We've met retirees that didn't even know about the channel and said, that's one of the hard things to do is to make friends. Meet people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that was initially, I think, the big reason the channel was successful, in my opinion. And then out of the blue one day, I was always interested in Bitcoin. And I know when we started way back, it was 25,000 a coin, and I held it up and I says, "Folks, I think this is a buy." And then Coop said one day, maybe we should devote one day a week, or one live stream a week to Money Matters. We can talk about Bitcoin and that. So it's kind of how it started. And then you came along, RoD, and boy, we were talking about Misty and Tesla and all of them there with a YieldMax.
Yeah, our good subscriber Bubba that watches your show religiously, he said, you got to watch this guy named RoD, Retire on Dividends. He talks about Misty religiously. He gives a good breakdown, and you can see everything they're doing every day. And he gives his price prediction every week. And damn it, he's always right. He knows exactly what it's going to be. And I'm like, okay, I better watch this guy Retire on Dividends. So I did. I started watching your show. And then, dadgummit, you stopped talking about Misty. RoD, get Misty back.
You still watching though?
My bag, I'll be honest with you, folks. My bag is 50% MicroStrategy, 50% Misty. And a lot of our subscribers are still heavy in Misty. We need you to bring back Misty. Bring it back. I think
let's just
MicroStrategy is
say,
going to go up. I think Bitcoin's going to go up, and I think Misty's going to go up with it. Why do I think that? First off, you got the rates cut coming in 9 days' time. Okay, well, okay, it's still the 30th for you, isn't it? Today's the 1st of December here in time. No, you're first now at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
In 9 days' time, the Fed's going to cut rates. Jerome Powell's going to cut rates. The bookies have got an 85% rate cut, and they're never wrong. All right, the betting odds. Other thing, the Clarity Act is going to be coming in this month. It's already been passed by the House. The Senate's wanting to change a couple words in it, and then they're going to pass it. Other thing, Trump is going to announce, whether you like Trump or not, that's not debatable. All right, he's going to announce this month who the next Fed chair is going to be. We all think we know who it is, and he's very crypto friendly. Okay, so a lot of positive things are happening in the macro environment, and I can see Bitcoin. I know it's dropped down 5,000 in the last 4 days, whatever. It does that. That's normal in a bull run. But I can see that, nope, prices are not priced in for it yet, okay? Because Powell came out 2 weeks ago and said he's not looking at cutting rates, and the price went down from 26,000 down to where it is today. So it's definitely not priced in. A lot of people are still uncertain about it. I think it's going to happen. Brooke thinks it's going to happen. The Clarity Act coming into force, new Fed coming in, 3 rate cuts next year, minimum 50 basis points. Bitcoin's going to take off. That's the way I see it. MicroStrategy is going to follow, and it's going to pull Misty, but only if it goes slowly. And I agree with you on this, RoD. If MicroStrategy takes off quick, Misty's not going to gain the upside. They need to do it slow and steady. Wins the race, like Brooke likes to say, don't you, Brooke?
Well, ideally, but I think obviously Bitcoin will pull strategy, which will pull Misty. Whatever, if it's fast, it'll still pull Misty, maybe just not as high as it could go with a slower pace. But as you can tell, Cooper's very focused. I would say not much diversification. When he told me he sold his Tesla for strategy, I almost kicked him in the where. And I'm about 50-50 Tesla with strategy. Strategy is my Bitcoin play, RoD. Tesla's my AI play. And I do a lot with options on that to generate income. And yeah. So anyways, that's my story.
All right. So you guys found, I guess you didn't have dividend stocks, or maybe you had small dividends coming in before you found YieldMax. So when you first found it and you figured out it wasn't a scam, was that the first one you bought, Misty? Or did you kind of like buy all of them and venture out? Or did you know what MSTR was when you found out about Misty?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in MSTR before I ever got in Bitcoin. Brooke was the one that orange peeled me on that in the Philippines. Said, "Coop, you need to look at this MSTR. I'm telling you, it's going places." And I kept on saying, "It's a pyramid scheme. It's scam. Nope. Watch these videos." And he was giving me videos every week to watch, and I was like, "Okay." 100 hours later, I was like, "I'm buying." And that's how it happened. So I got into Misty first, and then I thought I'll try a little luck at Ulti. So I bought 100 shares of Ulti, just a little bit, just to see what happened. And I bought it at $600. Boy, I'm glad I didn't buy any more. Of course, my faithful companion, Mr. Snyder, sold his Misty to buy Ulti. And then I believe you sold that and bought Tesla.
Well, so RoD, I originally bought Misty heavy. And the reason was I wanted that monthly income guaranteed. So before that, I was basically getting a small pension out of Canada, which you couldn't live where the hood on back there, which was okay here though. But I was creating income from option selling, like the premiums, say. And I thought, you know what? That'll take the risk out of having to do the options all the time. I can count on the monthly check out of Misty. So I did that, and I just kind of realized, and I was focused heavily in that, I realized, Jesus, I'm too focused on one stock. Like I got strategy, with half my portfolio and a big chunk into Misty, which to me, so I switched real not too far along into Alti, took all my Misty, and I ended up with a whack of Alti, and yeah, so that's how that happened.
Yeah, because when I watch your show, Brooke, you definitely are not as bullish as Cooper is on Misty for sure. I could tell. So you no longer own Misty at all.
I don't own Misty at all, but I'm going to tell you something. At today's price, I think it's a hell of a buy. Like if you need a weekly check, Christ almighty, like it's, put it this way, it's a hell of a lot closer to the bottom than it is to the top. And we just need Bitcoin to run, which will pull strategy, and strategy's going to pull Misty. And I think it's a hell of a buy at the current price, so
yeah.
But I thought it was a hell of a buy when I paid 21 for Misty way back in the day. So,
Yeah,
exactly.
About what I paid for it too.
Were you guys in it when it ran up to like 44 or no?
No. Bubba was.
We got in it this year, didn't we? We
Yeah.
both got in it earlier this year. I want to say about March of this year. And that's when I got into your channel as well. And you didn't think I was a YouTuber. You thought I was pulling your leg, remember, in the chat?
Well, you came in.
Like, no, Cooper's legit. I know him. I'm one of his subscribers. And you're like, really? Let me check out his channel.
Well, yeah. Brooke, he comes in. First thing he says, "Come on my channel." I'm like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
I said, "RoD, do an interview with me."
Yeah, exactly. But he was legit. Here we go. We got a question. What do you think? Is it going to get added to the? I don't know when the announcement is. I assume it's coming up
this Friday.
This Friday. Okay.
The 5th is this Friday. Now, people put out on social media, on X and Facebook and YouTube, that MicroStrategy is not getting in. They accepted SanDisk, and they did, because there was another company that got delisted because a foreign company took it over, and to be on the S&P 500, it has to be American-owned company. When they sold it to a foreigner, it got delisted from the S&P 500, and the next person in line was SanDisk to go in. Now, I did a search with Brownie over here yesterday, and we asked Grok that very question. And the bookies have got it at a 75% chance of getting in.
I think
Friday.
Yeah, to answer that question for Backyard, I listen, to me, it's simply a question of when, not if.
Yeah.
I mean, even Tesla back in the day, they skipped 2 or 3 or 4 quarters before they added them, even though they should have been in the first time they come around. But there's similar things happening with strategy, in my opinion. So if it's not this time, it'll be the next. So,
Yeah.
And by the way, all this FUD with JP Morgan and MSCI, that's all just FUD.
Yeah, that was a rug pull.
Orchestrated attack.
Well, yeah, they said he did, and then he bought it, right? He did all that, and then he said he bought it through his European channels or whatever. So,
yeah. Jesus.
That's not the first time he's done that either.
Yeah.
That's not the first time old JP Morgan's done that. They've done that several times. Talk a stock down. When it gets to a certain level, then they buy it.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy how much power they have. Brooke, you mentioned options. I'm not sure if you guys both trade options, but what kind of options? What do you do? Sell cover calls?
I've tried to get Cooper involved, but he's
no.
He's not a. Well, yeah. So with me, I do mainly covered calls. Okay, so I prefer to own the stock. And, I do a bit of technical analysis to see where to set the strike prices, but I prefer not to lose my shares of either. So I've had to maybe in 3 years roll up and out a couple times, but for the most part, they expire worthless. So that's, now my nephew's here. Geez, that kid's in his early 40s. Did well, saved, and he's decided to retire here, and he's selling puts. So I got him kind of hooked on that. Had him do the research on YouTube, and he's also into Misty RoD, okay, which is good, and gets his check. But no, he's supplementing his income by selling puts, and he's enjoying that.
Nice. Okay, so let's talk about Misty real quick, though. So,
Yeah.
Right now,
What's your problem?
well, yeah, we'll get into that too. We could talk about that. I didn't know people still cared about the detailed trades, but what are your thoughts on how YieldMax does the strategy with Misty? Because right now there's two Misties. There's MST. What is it? MT. I forget the other.
MSTI and MSTY, I think.
The 25% target fund
Yeah.
for MSTR. So are you interested in that fund, or are you still Misty?
Still Misty. 100% still Misty. I haven't sold a single share since I bought it.
Okay. Even though they're going to go a little tighter on the strike prices, right, on Misty versus the 25% target. Now they can go, maybe capture more of the growth, because I feel like Bitcoin and MSTR, it's just one day or 1 week. It's just going to go, and I know they have the credit call spread and all that, so they do capture some of it. So I just want to, so you don't want any part of the 25% target fund?
No, I don't want any part of it. I still want to stay in Misty, even though I'm pissed off with YieldMax. If I had an interview with them like you're having with us, there'll be a lot of F-bombs in there, I'll tell you. Because I think they're absolutely 100% wrong doing the 5-to-1 split right now.
On Misty?
On Misty.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just focused on Misty right now. I think they're 100% wrong, because I still think there's a very good chance Misty can hit $20 again. I really do. I believe it. I believe Bitcoin can go to 150. I believe MicroStrategy can be sitting at 500 by the end of the year. And I know we're only talking 30 days away. And if they get injected into the S&P 500, well, then I think it'll go even higher than that, MicroStrategy. And it would pull Misty to around about $20 where it was. Here's the problem with them doing the 5-to-1 split. What's going to happen is, say it's a $7 stock come Monday, next Monday, when on the 8th, which is when that does the 5-to-1 split.
Yeah.
Okay. Say it's a 7-to-1 stock, that puts the stock price at $35. If MicroStrategy runs up with Bitcoin, Misty is not going to be trading at $100 a share. Whereas they had a very good chance before, staying at 7, where they are roughly right now, of getting to 20.
Yeah, but I mean,
do you agree?
I don't think, I know it's easy to say it's going to run up to 20, but you have to, MSTR, right? What is that, 180? It would have to go to like at least, you figure $500 for it to even have a chance. And then you're worrying about it, getting capped on the upside. Don't forget they're paying those massive distributions at the same time on a weekly basis.
14 cents, that's not a big distribution.
Weekly basis. So, yeah.
That's like just barely 75 cents a month. Not even that, it's 60 cents a month. You know, so before they were paying $2-3 dividends earlier this year.
They paid $4.
They're nowhere near.
History. Listen, at $7 a share, at 14 cents a week, you get your money back in a year. You know what I mean?
Not a year. It's about much closer to 18 months now.
Oh, baloney. Do your math.
Compared to what I put into
that's
it.
Why
okay?
I think, hey,
when
I think it's a screaming buy right now if you needed that monthly income. So, But
I feel like they should have just put if you're going to do it, do a reverse split, put every fund at 50. And that's it. Start fresh, put every fund at 50. There we go. Right. And not, at least the high yield, the covered call ones, and then go from there. That's probably where they should have launched, knowing how these funds work. Although $20 was the appealing part of it to a lot of people to buy into. So I do understand both sides of it. But I think to avoid more reverse splits, which again, it's just mathing, I call it, but it's negative, to the community. People look at it as a negative because they compare it to just a regular, equity stock, but it's not that. It's an ETF. And but it doesn't matter. It's still negative. You see it right out on YouTube, on Reddit, right? It's just,
I'm down 60% on Misty this year.
Oh yeah, well this year MSTR at Bitcoin, I mean everything's been rough, but there's been times Bitcoin's been up and then MSTR's been down just because of like maybe something he said after earnings. So those things are rough too. But let's get into MSTR. Actually, you're both bullish on MSTR. You can agree.
Oh
on
yeah,
that, right? Who's more bullish on MSTR?
me.
Yeah. So do you own both Bitcoin and MSTR?
I did own Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I owned it through Fidelity. Last year when it came out on the ETF, I bought a whack of Fidelity, and then I saw Bitcoin going down and MicroStrategy going up, and I was saying to Brooke on a almost daily basis, Brooke, why is Bitcoin going down and MicroStrategy is going up? What the hell? You know? And he's like, it's a leverage play. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to sell my Fidelity. So I bought MicroStrategy. I made the worst mistake possible in my life. I'll tell you the true story. I bought it at $303 a share about March of last year. It went up to 400, and then it came back, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm 25% up on my money. Thank you so much, Mr. Brooke Schneider. The following month, it was dropping really fast, and it got close to my strike price of where I got in at. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get out, but I'll be $3,000 up. Okay, I'll get out right here. And I did. I got out about 320. And son of a bitch, 4 months later, it ran up above $1,000 a day, a 10-for-1 stock split.
Yeah. Damn.
When he told me he sold his position, I almost kicked him in the you-know-what for the first time, right? And but he never did get back in for the 10-for-1, and luckily I stayed, so I did. So,
but I did buy Tesla with it, and I ran that up, and then I got back into Bitcoin, back into MicroStrategy. When did I get back in? I got back in at 404. So after I did a 10-for-1 split, it would be worth 10 times as much. I got back in at 404, and it's sitting at 180 right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking to go micro.
So you wanted to take some profit. So again, there's an opportunity to sell covered calls on that position, right? So,
but here's the thing. I'm scared, Rod. I'll be the first to put my hand up. I am absolutely terrified because right now its MNAV is below 1. I've seen MicroStrategy MNAV above 3, and it stayed there for a while too. All right, so that's 3 times the value of what Bitcoin is. And I saw it there. It was like 3.5 MNAV. And that's when it did its 10-for-1 split. And I'm like, okay, it coils down, it gets to around that 1, and then all of a sudden something triggers and it just takes off. And I think that's where we are. And that's why I'm afraid to do a covered call. Because if I go, say, out 3-4 months and I say MicroStrategy at $500 to play it safe, and next thing you know, it hits $1,000 and does another 10-for-1 split, well, I've missed all the upside. And that's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to go. A lot can happen in 3 months, right? You could sell weekly, right?
Yeah. But there's no value in it right now because MicroStrategy is so far down.
Well, yeah, but
unless you're willing to go way out, and I'm not willing to take that risk right now.
Yeah, you have to play it safe, which I know we all feel like the same way. We feel like you look at like MSTU. I know a lot of people trade MSTU. That thing's at $1, right? I know it's going to have a reverse split too, but that thing, it was, I forget, in the 20s, I don't remember, but so many MSTR funds are just like beat up right now, and it's crazy.
But Michael Saylor posted a green dot last night.
Oh,
on his X page.
That's the green dot.
He posted a green dot, not an orange one. An orange one means he's bought Bitcoin.
I think he's buying the
green one means there's a big surprise coming. So we should find out tonight what that big surprise is after the live stream.
Hopefully. Yep. Let's go through some comments. I'm gonna look these guys up. Let's see.
Next time I'm down that way, we're planning to visit.
When I think of Thailand, though, I think of The Hangover, right? You guys watch The Hangover?
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
Especially the bit where Mike
Thailand's got him now, right?
Vietnam's close by. Some of the guys travel there. They'd like to see that. Coop's been to Malaysia. It's kind of nice there, but there seemed to be certain things in both countries that, weren't maybe as good for the expats as Thailand. So
Yeah.
it should pay for everything over there.
Oh, they
What?
do.
Yeah. One thing, Rod, we didn't mention, we'll do that now, but when we were recommending the YieldMax funds, both Coop and I suggested to the followers, if you're investing, buy double what you think you need, figuring, okay, there could be a reduction maybe in the payments. So actually that was probably astute advice because it's actually paid off now. As they get cut, there's still enough to live. Like buy double what you figured you need to live on. That way,
Yeah.
if it's cut in half, you do have enough funds to, cover the retirement. So.
Well, if you did that on Misty, you're basically there. If you think about it, if you bought at 20, it's at $8 or so. You're probably making about half of what you were, right? So, so obviously, So that being said, a lot of people are salty about Misty, and they blame YieldMax, right, for Misty being down. But obviously, you guys understand how the fund works, right? It's down because, well, you're down on MSTR, so you obviously understand that part. But you're still bullish? Cooper is, at least, on Misty in general, and again, just getting an income from that, ignoring.
I think Misty's a hell of a buy. Actually, so does Alti, really, at these prices. Any investment you can get your money back in a year and a half, to me, is a phenomenal. The question is, where's the markets headed? Because that's a big part of it. I think with Misty, there's nowhere but up for strategy as well as Bitcoin. So that's, to me, is probably a good buy right now. But,
You mentioned Ulti. You said you sold Ulti?
So I flipped everything from Misty to
Other way.
Ulti.
That way.
Sorry.
I got it right. I'm pointing at him on my screen.
He's on the other side.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And I was doing I like the weekly better. Initially, I wasn't big on the weeklies, but you do like that weekly check.
Yeah.
But I just, I was doing good before with the options, selling the calls and generating income. And I kind of bit the bullet and said, okay, I'll take my lumps. And I flipped everything into optionable stock, let's say. So, yeah. Bitcoin
So
related,
changes,
but
though? Have you seen the changes to Ulti?
Yeah, they got out a couple of the funds and put in some new ones.
Well, they did that after I damn well sold too, Rod. I wasn't happy with the damn.
I still got my
I was in when they were doing the high volatility stocks. Most of the names I never heard of, and then the couple that did take off, they couldn't benefit from the upside because they were capped. So I thought, shit, no. And then, Jesus, I was out about a month, and then, oh shit, look at them. They've all switched the underlyings now. It's a little better diversification. So
yeah. They got like Morgan Stanley in there, Costco, a lot of. I think it's going to be a lot better now. I don't think you're going to get 80% yield, but I think you'll get like a 40-50 with a much more stable. I think it's a good idea. It doesn't live up to the ultra high name, right? But still, I think it's probably going to get better in the future. So, what is your
Rod? Honestly, I think people would be happier with a steady 40. Than the possibility of an 80
at this point,
big volatility in pricing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the high, everyone's like kind of beat up with the high yield, and their NAV getting beat up. So people are finally settling. Okay, I'll take 40%. Which, imagine getting 40% a couple years ago, right? It's impossible.
No,
so I need to know, what is Brooke's favorite ETF then? Right, you've been bad mouthing a few. You're selling all of them. What's left?
Well, I have IBIT, so call that an ETF.
All right, income ETF.
No. So I've kind of exited from I never was big on the income ETFs, other than when I got into the YieldMax.
Yeah.
And I've been more invested in individual stocks, and I'm not a big believer in too much diversification, because you can't study 30 stocks. It's like having a harem. You never get to know anybody that well. So yeah, I focus mainly on, 2 or 3 stocks and, do the
So your
research on
income is
that.
your options trading yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, small pension from Canada, which ain't, I can't live on that. Couldn't live on that in Canada, But
Yeah. Okay. And you still get
yeah.
Social Security, even though you moved, right?
Cooper does. I own there in Canada. They got a Canada pension which you paid
Oh,
into, so I get that wherever I am in the world. And the old age, everyone over 65 gets it, and you can be anywhere in the world for that one. So, but it's income based. So, geez, they cut me last year on what I was receiving because I made too much. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't get Social Security yet. I'm 56, Brooke, not 62. Don't rush me.
Geez, I thought you were 70. Right.
Yeah. Okay, Dad. No, I get SSDI. So I get disability income. I had a bad accident when I was working for the U.S. Army in Kuwait. They said I'll never work again. I had 4 surgeries later, and they still couldn't fix it. And so that's it. It forced me early retirement. And that's when I went to the Philippines and I met Brooke.
All right. How do you feel now? Good.
Well, no, I'll be disabled for my whole life. Grateful that I'm retired early, but not grateful that I can't do a lot of the things I'd like to do physically.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So let's talk about last night. Bitcoin, it kind of did,
91 down to 86.
Yeah. What's up with that? How does that happen? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Manipulation, Rod. It's all manipulation. This Binance Wintermute, they collude. They want to wipe out the shorts by raising the prices, and they want to wipe out the longs by dropping it. And they've consistently been doing that for months. If you notice, Bitcoin's kind of been in that range for months, and well, I think the answer is we need legislation. The U.S. government, hopefully, the Clarity Act.
Clarity Act, yeah.
Yeah, but that to me is what's going on. In the long run, however, the cream will rise to the top. So Bitcoin still is the answer, in my opinion. Compared to what? Well, fiat money, like paper. The printing presses are going to keep printing. They're going to run, and with nothing backing it. So I'd rather have hard assets than their paper they want to give me.
So you guys both mentioned iBit, and I think Cooper, you mentioned Fidelity Bitcoin. Does Thailand not let you buy Bitcoin like through Coinbase or Robinhood, or do you just prefer?
They have their own exchange over here. It's called BitCub.
BitCo?
BitCub, BITKUB.
Oh, okay.
BitCub, and it's the only one that has been approved by the Thai government.
Okay.
Yes, you can use Coinbase, you can use Robinhood, you can use whoever the heck you want. But if you had any problems, you wanted to make a claim, the Thai government's not going to support you on that. So BitCub has been regulated and therefore enforced by Thai laws.
Okay.
But yes, you can buy all of them. You can buy ETH, Solana, you can buy Dogecoin, whatever it is you want. Trump coin, if you like him. I don't. He doesn't. But so you can buy, I think it's over 3,000 different cryptocurrencies on BitCub.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. And the great thing about Thailand is there is no capital gains tax when you sell it. Zero.
On crypto.
On all crypto, including Bitcoin, for the next 5 years.
What happens after 5 years?
They may renew it, but they brought it in for 5 years. They wanted to do like Dubai's doing, so they said no tax on crypto
in BitCub.
In BitCub or any exchange.
What about iBit?
Again, no tax on crypto.
Yeah, but I think that's more for like, say, a hard wallet, and then you sell your coin through the exchange, BitCub. You get paid in
not like iBit.
No,
Fidelity you can do that with though, Brooke, because Fidelity holds the coin for you, and they brought in a
get caught in the U.S. on taxes. What are you talking about? They're going to get that information.
That's true, but I'm talking about Thailand here. Okay, not all of us can be lucky and Canadian like you, the 51st state.
One thing, Rod, to clear up, like I keep my investment platforms in the West, so does Coop, you know. So they're regulated over there. We both have Thai bank accounts, and the banks here are solid. You don't got to worry about them going broke. You know, there's only half a dozen of them in the whole country, so they're all backed, you know. But no, we do most of the transfers from the West and keep our investments there. Our stocks are held there. You know, it's you're in a foreign land here in Asia, so.
I like the no capital gains though, even if it's just on BitCub. That's pretty good. So you could be like a little crypto day trader.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could.
Yeah. And we got subscribers here that do exactly that, day trade.
Wow.
And they pay no capital gains tax. They do it through BitCub.
Wow. That's crazy. Good to know. Yeah, they not here. All kinds of tax this, tax that, tax this. So you got a Bitcoin mug I saw there before. I ask there it is, every guest Bitcoin predictions, if you guys are interested. What do you think? I know there's only 1 month left, but Bitcoin prediction end of year and Bitcoin prediction in 5 years. If either one of you are brave enough for fun and entertainment, of course.
Oh yeah, not financial advice.
I'll go first because I'm more bullish than what Brooke is. We both know that he's the bear, I'm the bull. So I say we're going to hit a new all-time high this month, even though Bitcoin's down at 86. We've seen that before several other bull markets. This is normal. A 30% drawdown in Bitcoin is perfectly normal during a bull market. Last bull market, it happened 3 times and it reached 2 new all-time highs. So it is perfectly normal. I still say we're looking somewhere between 130 and 150. Honestly, that's where I see it being by New Year. I think January, February, going to be pretty dead because Powell's going to be leaving. He's not going to want to do Trump or the administration any favors. They don't like each other. They hate each other. Sort of like me and Brooke. We have a love-hate relationship. We love to hate each other. And I would say you're looking probably in the second quarter of next year when the new Fed gets in. Trump seems to think that he's going to be doing 3 rate cuts next year, 50 basis points each. He wants to get interest rates down to 1%. That's what Trump wants. Well, they're currently sitting at 4.5%. To get them down to 1%, that's a lot of rate cuts that they're going to have to do. Now, they couldn't do it all in one hit. The market would go crazy and fold overnight. So they got to do it gradually. And I think the consensus is they're going to be doing 50 basis point cuts 3 times next year. That's nothing but a lot of liquidity entering the market and entering a lot of into Bitcoin and MicroStrategy. Where do I see it in 5 years' time? By 2030, I'll say, because we're in 2025 still. Somewhere between $500,000 and $1 million a coin. Brooke?
You know, basically, I totally agree with you. You know, that's
what?
And that's rare.
Okay. Even on the 1 month.
No, we've had over 100 live streams. It's the first time you ever agreed with me, and it's on somebody else's fucking channel.
Tommy Lee, you know, I follow Tommy, and, you know, I mean, I lost a little bit of faith in him when he went into that Ethereum so big, and, you know, and lost his shirt. But no, he moved it out to the end of January, is 200,000 prediction. That might be a little high. Maybe, you know, $150 would be nice. You know, we'll see. But until I think they get more regulation in there, or some big player steps up, you know, they're going to manipulate the price to keep it in, you know, to wipe out the leverage longs and shorts, you know. I would say your safer bet is 5 years. And I totally agree. $500,000 to $1 million. And when Jim Cramer says on CNBS, it'll never hit $1 million, you pretty well know it's going to. Because you know, you do whatever the inverse of whatever he says. Yeah.
Exactly.
What's not going to change, though, RoD, is you won't see a change in any government on the planet. Stop printing fiat paper money with nothing backing it. So because that's going to continue, they're going to have to, you know, inflate all the assets, let's say. That's why the trend to Bitcoin is going to be so pervasive going forward, because people are going to want to get protection against this, you know, uh, fiat
Debasement.
money bubble. Yeah, with debasement of the currencies that they're in.
Exactly.
So,
Yep. Print.
just, yeah.
So what's your opinion, Rod? Come on, let's hear your 2 cents on it.
What for prediction?
In a year and 5 years.
I'm not as hopeful as you guys. But the
Well,
5 year, I could see 500,000 in 5 years. But by end of year, I'd be surprised if we even touch 100. So, you know, we'll see. You know,
We got a month.
People keep saying 60, 75, which it's kind of like ingrained in my head. I feel like it's going to happen first, you know. But, you know, especially looking at last night, you know, as quick as you like, ooh, it's been going up, and then reality check. So it's a roller coaster, but you never know. But once it runs, we know how that goes. It just keeps going, and there it is. So we only have 10 minutes. So if anyone else has a question for either Brooke or Cooper, please type it in the comments. But Cooper, I wanted to give you a chance, or Brooke. So what is it you liked or you want me to cover on Misty? The daily trade, everything, the daily trade,
yes.
Line by line.
You started your channel off on Misty. Okay, when you started your channel, you started on, huh?
Tesla, technically.
Tesla, yeah, and then Misty shortly afterwards. Okay, you started your channel, and I've been following you for 8 months now. When you were doing Misty and you were doing the deep dive, I was watching your live streams, and coming from a YouTuber to a YouTuber, I can see where your algorithm's going. And I'm going to give you constructive advice as a friend. Okay. I can see when you were doing Misty, and you would say in the beginning of your video, right, we're going to go into Misty, we're going to do a deep dive. This is everybody's favorite. And then you would do the deep dive. When you stopped doing that, I noticed your viewership was going down.
Oh, yeah.
Have you noticed that? Because I'm watching your live streams. I'll see 50 people on your live. Before, you were having 300-400 plus, especially when you were doing it on both X and YouTube at the same time.
Well, X,
I think if you went back and brought Misty into it, because a lot of people didn't get out. Okay, I know it will hit 5 billion, and now it's around about 2 billion, 1.8 billion, somewhere around there, assets under management. When you were doing the deep dive into Misty, I noticed that's when you were having your strongest performance on YouTube than when you changed and you started doing more roundhill.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't really do roundhill. I do a couple other things, but yeah, it's a combination of that. And I added X maybe a few months ago. A lot of people are watching on X. I have much more people watching on X than YouTube now, which I know doesn't help my monetization. But obviously it does get eyeballs. But no, 100%. When I dropped the coverage, people bitched for sure. But yeah, I'm still trying to find that happy medium, because to be honest, the part that you guys didn't see is me doing the spreadsheet work, which kind of like hours, after work. And now we have, the kids, the baseball, and now we have a dog. And it's like,
so I know all about the hard work. Yeah. My wife will spend 5 hours editing one of my videos for YouTube.
Yeah.
And 5 hours a day just for one 20-minute video.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't edit. So I can't edit. What you see is what you get. I hit record. If I fart during the video, you're getting a fart. It's it's kind of how it goes.
The one thing, Rod, I would say, when I was watching and you covered a whack of them, I mean, you pretty well covered every, YieldMax ETF. You had the lines.
You're doing too many.
Well, I thought to myself, holy shit, where's the guy get the time for all that? Like, I was impressed, man. You really did the work. But no, going forward, I would say if it, now again, it's, I'm not doing it, but maybe focus on like 2, 3, 4, the big ones. Like, where's the volume? So I keep all the ETFs on on my TD broker, account. You can look up to 100 stocks. So I got them listed. you could just simply pick out the ones with the volume. You're probably talking Misty, Tesla, and Alti. Let's say those three, and you're talking millions of shares traded. That's where your focus is going to be. There's more eyeballs watching them than a bunch of the other ones. You know what I mean? And then do your deep dive, but focus just maybe on three. You don't need to worry about the rest. They can do their own research. If there's, if they're trading 70 or 100,000 shares a day, that's nothing when you got 15, 20 million on the others, a lot more eyeballs watching them. So anyways, that's the only tip, but hey.
And I'll go on from there because still got 5 minutes left. I'm going to get my time in. I told him before the live stream I was going to have a little dig. What I really loved the most is when you were covering the synthetics. You were doing your wacky singing that you like so much. She took my money. It was great. I loved it. Okay, even though you ain't got a singing voice, but it was comedy, and I like comedy. Time Venture. I was gonna send you the link, but I don't have your email, so you could have played that at the intro or the exit.
Yeah, I didn't want you to copyright me, so
Well, I need your email. You're gonna have to send me your email on Facebook Messenger because Brownie's gonna make you an intro video.
Yeah,
he said he'd do it as a favor to me for you. Okay, awesome. So send me your email address, your private email.
I did email you. I did email you, and I got that auto reply thing. And you did respond.
You? Oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
I'll send you another email that you can reach out to me on.
Yeah.
But when you were doing the synthetics and you showed that they were doing 330 synthetic, 300 expiring next month, 330 expiring in December, and you were showing the calls, the puts, I loved it all. You were then going over the spreadsheet. You were showing what their end of week call is and what their price is, how much out of the money. I loved all that. And then you went into the end of it and you were comparing it against the other funds. Again, excellent. And then you went into the last page, and on the last page you were like, okay, this is what you'll get based on their 30-day IV. The 30-day IV is currently at 50%. We hate it at 50%. We want it up higher. I think it's
the Rodometer, right?
Yeah, the Rodometer. All that was great. Fantastic. But when you were trying to do that with too many funds, I think you got too much weight on your shoulders. And I'm telling you as a friend, like Brooke says, concentrate on 3 and 4. If your favorites, keep Misty in there. I think you're going to get your viewership back and you'll be back up at 400 subscribers watching per live stream, every live stream, because that's what they want to see, the deep dives.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
just friendly advice. I'm not going to tell you how to run your channel, but
Yeah. Well, now, I'm getting into options, which a lot of people. It's very specific. Doing my own options, but I need to. I don't know. I'm working on something for Misty. A way to just do the same thing, but not consume my life. You know what I mean? Try to automate it, but not make it so robotic that it's not. Because I never really wanted to automate it because then you lose touch of what's going on. So,
and now I struggle to follow you on Misty. I really do. I'm like, because you'll scroll up and down. I'm like, whoa, stop. And I got to pause it and try and get it. Whoa. What are the calls out for this week? Shit, he's gone past it again. Rod, go back. It's hard for me to track.
I
know you're trying to make everybody happy, but in YouTube, you can't. There's always somebody that's not going to like it. No matter how hard you try. We figured that out in YouTube. We had our bashers, I like to call them. We do something and, I don't like that, Coop, you should do this. And you get it. We've had it. We've been doing YouTube for, like Brooke says, 2.5 years. So we get what you're going through, bud.
Yeah, no, I appreciate
it. Please, Rod, bring it back. Please.
All right. I wanted to let everyone.
Last thing is you got to come on our channel and do a live stream with us.
Speaking of your channel, I just want to let everyone know Cooper's Tide Venture on YouTube. Let's help them. I think they can get to 20,000 by end of year. What do you think? Big push here. 20,000 subscribers by end of year.
We're close.
We're getting close.
I think we're at 20,000, 18,000 something.
I was looking. You started your first video 2 years ago. So, and then obviously you do, it looks like, I think Wednesdays and sometimes Sundays. But go check them out. it's a great duo. Cooper and Brooke feed off each other. I enjoy it. I think it's entertaining for sure. But yeah, go check them out. So outside of YouTube, though, where else can people find you? I know you said you have a Facebook group.
We have a Facebook group called Cooper's Tie Venture Community on Facebook.
Okay.
Over 500 people that are our subscribers that join. It's free. We do everything for free. We don't charge any money on YouTube. We don't charge any money on Facebook. And when people come out here, we have a meet and greet every month, the fourth Tuesday of the month at Fraser's at 6 p.m. Great time had by all, great food, cheap beer. What else can you ask for? Aircon. And then we have regular meetups at Monday on Jump Team Beach Road, where we have breakfast. And then Friday nights, we have dinner there. So 3 times a week, we're generally meeting up with subscribers, having a blast.
Nice. Yeah, lots to do. Yeah. There's the thing with the Facebook page, which is good, RoD, is people looking at Thailand, the land of smiles. If they've got questions, where would I do this? How do I get from the airport? Somebody's done it on the Facebook group page. You put your question in, you're going to get answers, and so it helps a lot of people out. But yeah, it's a good community, especially for people that are sick and tired of struggling to make ends meet in the West. They come here and they live a good life, live like a king, really.
Yeah.
You can live here on 1,500 American a month,
Easy.
Yeah.
I got subscribers here living on less than $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me. All right.
No.
All right.
You'll love it. You'll never see snow again.
Yeah, if you've never been, come for a trip.
Yeah.
Coop's got 2 extra bedrooms. I got 1 extra bedroom, RoD. So not to worry, you'll be looked after. Okay.
All right. I could sing at 5 a.m.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
no
can
worries.
do what you want. I ain't gonna fucking hear it. I'll put on the earphone.
All right.
The money.
There you go.
She went with your wife to the mall.
So I'm gonna close it out with some things. You guys think of a keyword. I don't know if you're familiar with the keyword part, but
I do. And people
you can both have your own keyword if you want. But as always, this is not financial advice. We are not financial advisors. This video was for fun and entertainment. I thank you both for joining. It was
pleasure.
A great time. If you guys enjoyed this content, obviously hit the like button, and of course go to Cooper's Thai Adventure. I don't go on many YouTube channels, but maybe yours will be the first. But we could talk about that after.
My turn to grill you.
Hey, you grilled me here too. But that being said, if you made it this far in the video, hour and 2 minutes in, you got to say the key word. So
I know. Bring back Misty. Bring back Misty. That's the key word. Bring back Misty.
Okay, so that's one. I want to give Brooke a keyword too.
Tesla.
There you go. You sold your Tesla for Misty, right? No.
Big mistake, Cooper. Big, huge.
All right.
But he's all in on strategy, man.
There you go.
Keywords today: bring back Misty, and don't sell your Tesla. All right.
Correct.
So if you guys want to hang on, I'm going to end the live stream here. Thank you all for being here live, and thank you all for watching after the fact. We appreciate it. Sorry I didn't have an orange shirt to match, but again, I don't even think I own an orange shirt, but I do have MSTR related shirts.
Bitcoin orange.
Yeah.
There you go.
I got to get one. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. Hang on, and we will talk to you later.